I gonna pick sweet potatoes.
Say it in Chinese.
我要去捡红薯。
Today I have my 5-year-old granddaughter who loves sweet potatoes, but she doesn't know where they come from. I thought it would be super cool to catch that on video. So join me today to see her surprise and to see how much more sweet potatoes I get.
All I have needs I have not provided.
Over the past few months, I've grown sweet potatoes 4 different ways. I wanted to know which way would give me the most sweet potatoes. So I harvested half of each bed 3 weeks ago. I wanted to let the rest continue to grow to see if they would just grow bigger. So today we're going to harvest 3 of the beds. One of the beds I had to go ahead and harvest a week after the initial harvest because the vines were dying back, and you don't want the vines to completely die before you harvest your sweet potatoes. Say hello.
Hello,
What is your name?
Monica.
This is Monica. And how old are you?
I'm 5 years old.
You're 5 years old. Do you want to find some sweet potatoes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, how about I pull it up and you pull them off of there? Wow, look at all of them, Monica. Pull it.
What's this one? Yuck.
Yeah, that's a yuck. We'll just wipe him off. Grandma will pull that one. Look, she found a worm. All right, look at all of them. Look.
So many.
It's so many.
Look, small baby tiny.
Yeah, we got some tiny ones in there too.
Here, the long one. Just like a key.
Good job, Monica.
Whoa, here's the one. Wow, so big. Grandma!
What? Wow! While Monica's looking for more sweet potatoes, I'm going to stuff these vines in this 5-gallon bucket. And I'm going to stuff it as full as I can. I found out by trial and error that sweet potatoes make the best free fertilizer you can imagine. So it's the middle of December here in Central Florida, and I'm going to start it brewing now. So you just stuff your 5-gallon bucket as full as you can, and then you fill it with water. Put a lid on it because you don't want to breed mosquitoes. I'll plant corn beginning of March, and by the middle of April, they're going to need a fertilizer boost, nitrogen boost. And guess what? This will have fermented about 4 months by then, and it will be perfectly ready to fertilize the corn with. So when the time comes, this is going to be dark, kind of slimy or yucky, but it's going to smell earthy by then. In the meantime, it may smell a little bad in the beginning, and that's why you don't want to brew it near your house or anybody else's house. So anyway, at the end of 4 months, this makes really good fertilizer for the corn. So when the time comes, you just fish out all the vegetation that hasn't decomposed, and then you use the water that's left behind. So 1 cup of this sweet potato water to 1 gallon of water is great fertilizer for those veggies that need a nitrogen boost. Good job.
Here?
Uh-huh. Look, my helper. It's an earthworm.
just like the earth.
He cleans up the earth. Oops. Oh, look, there's another one. He does tickle. All right, right there. Look what Monica found. He's helping us with the sweet potatoes. He's making the earth very, very rich and yummy for the sweet potato plants.
Nope.
Good job.
Don't come here. No, no, no. You're a baby.
All three beds represented here were planted with very healthy potato slips that I started on my own. And I do share how to do that in another video. Just look it up on my playlist, you'll see it. This is box A. Box A represents the bed where I cut the vines back as they were growing, and then after 3 months or so, I let them go on and grow, hoping that they would go ahead and make some sweet potatoes. Honestly, the good sweet potatoes, the big sweet potatoes you see here, most of them came from growing down the sides of the bed into the mulch, and also at the end of the bed where there was more mulch. This is bed B. In bed B, I planted the healthy slips about 12 inches apart, and then as the vines grew, I buried the vines, thinking that those buried portions of vines would also make sweet potatoes. And again, most of the healthy potatoes you see here were growing along the sides where there's mulch in the pathways. This is bed C. I planted healthy sweet potato slips about 12 inches apart, but as soon as they got established, I mulched them with that tree mulch right there. To make sense of where the bonus box came from, this is one bed, this is the C bed, this is the B bed, and that over there is the A bed. So all this area here is where I kind of lost track of where my beds were, and I just filled it in with this tree mulch that's right here. Now, look at all of them and look at their size. Just keep note. They grew in the pathways where there was a lot of tree mulch. This is bed D, where I had to dig it up just 1 week after the initial harvest. The vines were dying back, and I believed that it was time to go ahead and harvest them. This is a brand new bed where I had laid cardboard down, covered it with tree mulch, and since I had a lot of slips left over, I said, why not? Let's try. And by golly, it produced quite a bit. So let's go weigh everything, and I'll tell you the results of each bed, A, B, C, D, and the bonus pathways. Right at 9.5. That's 12, a little over, well, 12.5 pounds or so from that first bed where I stressed the plants out. This is bed B, where I buried the vines as they grew. It's a little over 8 pounds. 16.8, so almost 17 pounds out of that bed. This is bed C, where I planted them in dirt, but as they grew and got established, I side dressed them in mulch, and I just let them grow. And by the way, I had let the B grow as well too, at random. Right at 11 pounds. It's 28 pounds. All right. Bed D that I had to go ahead and harvest a couple of weeks ago, or finish harvesting, it got a total of 35.5 pounds. Now, that was just planted in some mulch. And so far, planted straight in the mulch was the best bed that I had. Okay, so remember, the bonus is where I had lost track of where my beds were, and I just filled in a gap with the tree mulch that I had. And whatever vines grew in there, I just let them grow. 17 1/4. The first time I had 9 1/4. So 26 1/4 pounds there. The bed that had all the mulch and the bonus bed that had all the mulch did better by far than those that got started in dirt. That's the results I have so far. I am going to compile all my notes from how to start your slips, how to grow them, the best way to grow them, including the results of what I've done here, and then my final conclusions. There's some little things that I observed along the way that I haven't quite shared yet. So I'm going to put all that together, hopefully by the beginning of the year. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Thank you for sticking with me this long. I really appreciate your time. All right, we're just practicing. Say, I'm going to pick sweet potatoes.
I'm gonna pick sweet potatoes.
Can you say it fast? Okay, say it again.
I'm
going to pick sweet potatoes. Say it.
I'm gonna pick sweet potatoes.
Now say it in Chinese.
我要去捡红薯。
Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.